I want to get you too. Another one bites the dust because tonight was another great night of AEW action. Now then, I'm not going to get too long-winded because I'm very happy and excited to talk about tonight. But you know what we got to do? We got to do the intros, baby. And in the words of Maxwell Jacob Freeman, hit my music. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Dynamite D, and tonight starts off the way every great episode of AEW has to start off, with a great tag team match. Jurassic Express going up against FTR in a non-title match. But before we even get down to that, after Jurassic Express comes out, the Young Bucks come out, and we think the Bucks are going to speak on it. The Bucks got something to say. Cool. They ain't got nothing to say because it's Super Kick Party. I mean, I don't know if you saw the leg, but it's Super Kick Party! On the ref, there goes another $5,000 a piece, $10,000, and these disrespectful motherfuckers, I mean, mad disrespectful, because what they do, they gonna go ahead, they money already in hand, because they already had it in hand last time. They tossed it in Tony's office, and now they tossed it in Tony's face on national television. You disrespectful bitches. But I gotta say, I'm happy to see it back. But we'll talk about it another time, because now we gotta talk about this battle of tag teams. I'm talking about the Jurassic Express versus FTR. Now, honestly, when I first thought about this match, first watching it, I'm like, you know what? This match it was a good match. It was a good match, but I didn't think about how good it actually was, because I was gonna give it a much lower grade than what I'm actually gonna give it now. But opening up, FTR's trying to get the jump on Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy ain't playing no games. He's seen this too many times. And what does he do? Walks his way out and starts handling on Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, surprisingly. Early on, even getting Lucha in to get him some. But when the second time comes around, FTR's already got the plan pegged out. They see how they need to do it, and they basically start dismantling Jungle Boy piece by piece by piece early on. And even whenever Luchasaurus got in for the hot tag, he will, even when he's over here dropping these kicks and flips, devastating moves from the big man, he gets shut down as well. FTR pros, they've dealt with big guys, but this isn't a big man team. This is a hybrid team, and honestly, once they take out Saurus, Jungle Boy, it's for the streets. And I don't even think Lucha makes it back in a full tag. I could be wrong. With something last night, but either way it goes, after Luchasaurus gets tossed out of the ring going in the latter half of the match, and it's literally coming down to Dax Harwood and Jungle Boy jockeying for the pin. They're not, hitting devastating moves and pin. No, they're going into the pinning sequences. Very old school Southern wrestling of them. I liked it, and going off, and even though I'm too old to really understand it, going off what Wrestling Ransom was saying, this was a Jim Crockett-esque finish. This is what is great about AEW, because we get real variety in the wrestling. You have your luchas, you got your strikers, you got your big man, you got your flyers, you got everything. And honestly, they utilize everything. And it's just not basic as repeat or even just repeating the same people around. And when they do, it still feels fresh. It feels new. I like not seeing the same exact people go at it every week, at least not with each other. And I can still get more variety by watching AEW Dark. Yes, because I'm not feeling like anybody's not being used. But no, like I said, originally I was going to give this match a B-. But literally going with the finish, looking at how it went, and looking at how good FTR made Jurassic Express look, this actually has to be nothing less than an A- match. Now then, there is only slight, brief story in this match of intrigue, and there wasn't necessarily any jump in contendership possibilities put on the table. But you know what? Big ups for still giving this match their all and going the distance. I'm sorry, I got something in my eyes. So yes, this is an A- match. Great job, guys. Please continue to give me more. I don't know who's next for FTR, but good God, it should be great. Now, following that, we have a backstage segment where we see Matt Hardy holding his leg on the ground. I'm like, oh no, somebody hurt Matt. Oh wait, next feud? No, it's fucking Chris Jericho coming out because he's a little biatch. Just leaving Private Party out there, not giving them their mentor. Just what a mental disadvantage is going to cause them. And we will address that later. But god damn it, Jericho, you fucking suck. Because afterwards, we have amazing singles action. I'm talking about Frankie Kazarian going up against Hangman Page. Hangman's first singles match after the breakup with him and Kenny. And I'm not gonna lie, Hangman, this is not your fucking match. If anything, this was Frankie Kazarian's re-coming out for the AEW crowd because this was a great night for him. The Wily vet showing that he cannot be taken out of anything. He looked phenomenal in this match. Hangman Page is an obvious single star who will one day be a main eventer and hopefully be AEW World Champion. But right now, you got to go back to school or something because Frank Kazarian had you on locks, counters, and strikes. And even when the man was blown up, he was still putting in work on you. Like, hey, man, this showed a lot of flaw in your technique. You got that heart. You're a fucking workhorse. We can tell. But you gotta get it together because you got schooled, son. You got schooled bad. If not for your youth, if not for this devastating streak and them badass maneuvers you was pulling out. I mean, he hit a pump handle Death Valley driver, devastating powerbomb, and then he was getting the big hits in the buckshot. Larry closes out for the 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I really thought that pump handle Death Valley driver could be a new finisher for Hangman. Keep it in your pockets, as they say. I like it for you, but no, this is fucking great. But that match, I'm A minus. That itself is an A minus match. And it's funny because even without the necessary story for Kazarian of him proving his worth and value as a single star, it is still astounding. Not to mention, I didn't even notice halfway through. That's how good this match was. That Kenny was on the mic, was on commentary, and after the match was over, he just left. He wasn't sticking around for anything longer. He did what he needed to do and just dipped. Good shit, great match. Moving on. So next, we have a MJF match. MJF post big match, which means that somebody's getting squashed. And unfortunately, it was Sean Dean. Sean Dean is AEW Dark talent. I like him. I'm not fond of AEW Dark talent being just squashed without giving a opportunity on Dynamite if they're going to appear to at least get some offense in. Literally, I poke Fujiwara armbar 1, 2, 3. That's it. Literally, I'm pretty sure this has to apply only for MJF because if not for the fact that he is amazing on the mic and he actually gave me something to want, this would have been a C. This would have been just a C minus because I'm tired of him squashing because then without getting no offense on even a minute. Now then, when you add the post match promo, which he is now going to be titled as the undefeated because Jon Moxley cheated, undisputed because Jon Moxley fucking cheated. Everybody saw it. And uncrowned AEW World Champion. And he made sure that Wardlow motivated Justin Roberts to say it with enthusiasm. Not only does he have the title, he had been hinting at the fact that he might be having his own group faction coming. Now, I heard this and my ears perked up because, wait a minute, MJF faction. AEW is working with companies outside of AEW. Now then, if anyone knows Maxwell Jacob Friedman pre-AEW, you know that he was with a little group in MLW called the Dynasty. And they got some boys in the Dynasty that I would love to see come to AEW. Specifically, Alexander Hammerstone. That is a fucking meat mountain of a man. And Gino Medina, a.k.a. El Campeon Gino from Reality of Wrestling. Booker T's promotion in my hometown of Texas City, Texas. That's right. If they come, I am fucking AEW bound for life. I will never give a fuck about anything WWE, even though they got some shit that's kind of pulling me to come and check them out again. Oh, WWE, you were working magic to try to get me to come back to you, but AEW is just giving me a little bit of the vibes. We're not doing that right now. So, if the Dynasty comes to AEW, and that shows a working partnership with MLW on top of the NWA, God, I'm expecting too much, but whoo, whoo, whoo. Whew. Anyway, sorry. Like I said, the vapors. So next, we have a move highlight, which I don't think we've done one in a while in featuring Taz. Well, the feature is going to be Ricky Starks' spear and Rochambeau combo. The spear, his setup, his sig, which is dope, and I really do love these breakdowns. It's a nice little addition, and it gives something of people to show interested in with stars they might not know. But that Rochambeau has two variants that both can close out, so I think he might be the only person in AEW with multiple variant finishers. I like this. I'm not talking about simply just setup, but actually two different ways to perform it. Good shit. Good shit. And no, we're not done with people coming in the ring, because after that little vidget package is done, Eddie Kingston and company comes out to ring to make two announcements. Technically three. Well, actually three. One, he wasn't eliminated. He was not thrown over the rope. He wasn't eliminated. So we're going to get to that later. But secondly, we're a family. Yo, families fight all the time. So what do? We go have dinner, we make up, and we're a family of violence. So that statement I said about the Dark Guys, yeah, that doesn't apply to y'all getting your asses beat, because y'all took some L's tonight. Lord. I mean, you got the Butcher, the Blade, and the Lucha Bros just basically grabbing dudes out of their seats, chunking them in the ring, putting them into work. And I just saw these guys on AEW Dark. Oh, God, humanity. But after the beatdown, Eddie Kingston specifically chooses the Blade. It tells the Blade, hey, listen, we got our house taken care of, but now it's time for you to address your house. I've had a theory that goes back about what's going to happen with the Butcher and the Blade, because there's a key component that's been missing for a while. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a second, ladies and gentlemen, to figure it out. Please, if you will, type it in the comments if you know what has been missing from the Butcher and the Blade. And you get your answer in 3, 2, 1. It's the Bunny! The Bunny has been with QT Marshall for like quite a few months right now. She's been with the Nightmare family. The Butcher, the Blade, the Bunny. So QT Marshall is in danger. That's my belief, that's my theory. If I am right, and you are some person that's just watching this and not subscribed, you have to come back. Not only do you like my video, share and subscribe and talk to me in the comments, but you have to subscribe. Now then, that's done with, back to business. Because now we have the Private Party versus Inner Circle match of Jericho and Jake Hager. And I thought that, this was going to be open and shut with some decent offense in, but actually quick to jump on. Private Party takes out Jericho and Hagar, dispatches them very quickly in the match. I was surprised. I was like, oh shit, they really going to put in work in there. But by the time commercial break comes along, you know how the story goes. Hagar, shut that shit down. Hagar, shut that shit down. Jericho, start schooling these young boys. Jericho schooling these young boys. And they did the fire comebacks. They're trying to hitting the Hardy Boys tribute moves and everything. But this longer dance, and Jericho already made the declaration they're going for gold. So Jericho, was it Judas Effect finish? I believe it was. So I kind of got sideswiped by my baby texting me. Hey baby. I'm sorry, but yeah, I got distracted, and basically 1, 2, 3, the Inner Circle wins. But also post match, Jericho puts Isaiah Cassidy in the walls of Jericho. I believe in the Lion Tamer variant, when Mark Quinn came in for the save, put the Jericho out. So now we might be having a possible feud, or at least a one-on-one match between Jericho and Mark Quinn. That is something good to look forward to. All in all, it was pretty average and expected. There was some interest, but it's just not. It was like my cooldown. I think that this is like my most toned down match, because I didn't have anything invested in story wise outside of Hardy got beat, but that probably wouldn't take away much. It just makes it convenient for him not to interfere on Private Party's behalf, and he makes them look more sympathetic as babyface. So I'm gonna give this one a solid average B. No problems with that. It's all good. Now then, big announcement was made that next week we will be having 6-man tag action involving the two men that will be main eventing AEW's anniversary show on October 18th or 28th. No, October 14th. There we go. And it's going to be John Moxley with two people of his choice going up against Lance Archer with two people of choice. Maybe we do get an answer tonight, but for right now, we got to go into this NWA women's match. Now then, AEW, thank you for answering the prayers of so many of us, because women are getting a real shine. Yes, it's only one segment. It's only one segment, one match, whatever, but they got time, they got featured, they got exposure, and they were able to have a damn good match. Evil East versus Thunder Rosa for the NWA Women's World Championship. And first of all, it's a full Latina affair. I'm talking, we got Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Mexico in this thing. Everybody repping their flags. I'm like, hey, mommies, rep your set. Rep your set. But I got to calm down because I got to do a review. Also, my baby's a Latina, so I was like, Latin girls over here making it happen. But that's not the point, because we got to get back to the match. Sorry. And this thing gets very disrespectful, very technical, very lucha, and very strike heavy very quick, because these women don't give no fucks. I'm talking about Thunder Rosa over here palming and slapping the got it. Evil East just over here just like, bitch, I was on Lucha Underground. Or did you forget? Let me remind you. I'm talking about kicks, and Thunder Rosa's like, okay, you forgot I was in Lucha Underground too, and I've been to Japan. And she goes and hits it with the lucha, hit her with the basic arm drags. I mean, is it me, or do we gotta have CML or Triple A up in this thing to commentate this match? Oh yeah, it was on. And early on, Evil East, my girl, she wasn't playing her game. She was on bumpers. She had the champ walking around the ring and getting hunted up. But first of all, it's Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa done gone up against some of the best women on the scene. Has been in MMA fights, and you know what? She'd have been blooded up and kept it going. Evil East got them same credentials. Don't get me wrong, but you know who ain't the champ right now? Evil East, you know who is? Thunder Rosa. And what she do? She went ahead and started tearing her down piece by piece, brick by brick. And at the end of the day, your winner and still NWA Women's Champion is Thunder Rosa. And that match was a good match. That was beautiful. Now I just need to go to other women in AEW for, them to be getting a shot. But hey, this is progress. This is good. And we got Diamante's like, nah, you got my sis fucked up. Hops in, starts attacking Thunder Rosa. So I'm like, oh shit. Diamante's gonna be the next one. Thunder Rosa don't get no peace. But you know what? She don't play that game. Y'all women ain't gonna be having this chaos in my house. Comes in there, puts Diamante in her place, saves Thunder Rosa, and for a brief second, she had the NWA Women's Championship in hand. And I saw the glimpses. I saw the magic. Could we possibly be having the NWA Women's Championship on the line against Sheeta? Now, I'm down for round two. They could have cleaned up round number one, and they're still riding that high. Maybe, but next week it definitely leads into tag action, as we all know is bound to happen. Cool, fine, fuck it, whatever. The match itself, that was a B plus match. There were some slights, but at the same time, their hearts were fully in it, and I was down. I was down the whole way. Just whew. Ooh, but that story building, you know what? Because of the actual building aspect of it and the excitement that has got me for next week's match, just because of the post match, we're gonna bump this up to an A-. This was definitely worthy of that. Following that match, we have the best man segment. Miro's over here hitting the bench, getting it. Penelope Ford was actually spotting him. Kip, you ain't shit. But Kip is over here basically explaining that, you know what, the best man's here, and there's only one thing left to do. Miro comes out, and Miro is fucking, I'm talking, yo, I'm ready to see Miro in this ring go up against Brian Cage's two big bulging men. Oh, Vince McMahon, I know he's happy, he's mad. He is so mad because he's looking at them, he's just getting, it's so meaty and beefy. Vince is hard as fuck. But him and Brian Cage, I cannot wait to see a hoss fight involving Miro. Ooh, especially with him and Brian Cage, that one's actually gonna be fucking great. But basically next we got a plan. It basically announced that they got a plan for the bachelor party, which, okay, that's fine. Push off Miro's first match for a little bit. I'm fine. Build the hype for me. You better make it count and make it worth it. But yeah, go ahead and do that thing. Now, once that segment's over with, we have Mr. EBD himself coming out to make an announcement. What's that announcement? Who is going to be his partner? Jake Roberts says it best when it's like, if you're going to lie in bed with the devil, it's better to go ahead and... I can't fool. I just remember that line because I was like, who? He fucking says Taz, fucking Team Taz, and Lance Archer is teaming up next week. That's right. So Lance Archer's team is going to be him, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks. And then Moxley makes a debut because you know what? He ain't gonna let no party happen, whatever. What he wasn't expecting, because everybody knows that if Mox pops up, he's gonna be coming out from the crowd. Fucking Ricky Starks and Brian Cage, they stare and they fucking jump him. But while this jumping is going on, who comes to his aid? My boy, Will fucking Hobbs, who, as I said earlier, is officially All Elite, full contract signed probably for a year. And honestly, this is great. He could be the biggest star made in AEW from the Nightmare Factory. Yes, Lord, yes, give me this. I am glad he was in a very prominent position in the Over the Casino Battle Royale. I've seen him plenty on Dark. He made his way onto Dynamite. The man looks good. It has one of the best spine busters I have seen in forever. I've seen other spine buster compilation video, but nobody puts spine to the pound like how Will Hobbs does. He has the energy, he has the intensity, and it's a real spine buster. I'll have to look back and see how D'Lo Brown did his busters, and the same thing with titles. But it's like a sit down pound. It's not a proper spine buster. You want a spine buster, you gotta fucking whip them in the air, you gotta whip them, and you gotta put spine on pine. But yeah, Will Hobbs comes in. I already knew when Will Hobbs was there. I'm like, wait a minute. We got Moxley for Archer. We got Hobbs for Cage. Darby is going to be in it. And the announcement made for next week is going to be Moxley, Hobbs, Allen going up against Archer, Cage, Starks. That is going to be a badass six-man match. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Also made the announcement, like I said earlier, we're going to have the women's tag match between the champions and the Deadly Draw and the Deadly Draw tournament winners, Los Sincardias. So that is definitely going to be hype. That's going to be the match. Wait a minute, because I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, we're going to get Orange Cassidy versus Mr. Brody Lee for the TNT Championship match. Cassidy's first championship match. I'm excited because I actually have nowhere to go because he's popular enough to where he could take that title off of Lee. But Lee is also still early champ. And then that also could mean that the best friends have a new feud once this one's over with. Okay, I'm calming down, I'm relaxing. Because now we're done with the nonsense. It's time for the main event. Now this one, I gotta get the notebook for, because there's a lot. Like a lot. First of all, the energy reminds me of the old parking lot. I think it was like a junkyard brawl between the Belfast Bruiser and William Regal back in WCW. I mean, it's not the same big venue, but I mean, as far as a no holds barred, drag out, brutal fucking street fight, parking lot brawl, whatever you want to call this shit was brutal. I'm just gonna go through the list of things that I noted because it was that fucking brutal. And I'm not about, if I explain it too long, it's gonna go into 30 minutes. This is already a long ass video. First of all, we got hands flying immediately, delivering the good hands. Hold up, because how did my boy Toby Winway say? Try Jesus, don't try me. Cause I throw hands. And these boys threw nothing but hands. Lord have mercy. They was getting down to the action. So we got hands thrown. We had Santana thrown into a car mirror, getting him a crimson mask. Then we got Ortiz basically being thrown onto an engine, hood put on him, and 2 Sentons landed on his ass. God damn, that hurt my back. But you know what? Santana came back. Bam! He had the Billy. He had that iron stick on him. He's just like thwacking and thwacking. He putting them boys down. So Santana Ortiz was having a bad time first, but you know what? They go ahead and get that thing coming back on. Next Ortiz tries to kill Chuck by literally chunking a sledgehammer through his head that goes through the window. And keep in mind, this is all dual shots. I don't know if it was live, but this was not like this wasn't cinematic. This was live and in color, which made it even more fucking worse because this wasn't a match. This was fucking war. I'm talking about suplexes through the top of cars, spears through doors. We also had the stiffest strikes I've seen, and that's because Ortiz is a stiff-looking motherfucker. If his strikes ain't stiff, this man is the greatest striker of all time. Just saying. We got, oh my God, Trent getting fucking tossed into a windshield. But yo, I remember I saw that match between Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream. It was cinematic, and I just did, and there were times I was like, "Oh, damn!" Especially that windshield spot. It had nothing on what Trent went through. Nothing. Oh yeah, and then we had Trent getting he got power bombed through the top of a Chevy Cruze. I know it's a Chevy Cruze because I used to work on vehicles when I was working dealership. Then he got tossed through the windshield, But going into the final stretch, who comes to the rescue? Orange Cassidy hitting the orange punch with chain wrapped around the fist. Bow! That basically fucked up Santana Ortiz. So first off, Santana got his ass pile drove through the hood of a car. Damn. And then we got Trent ending things off by sending fucking Ortiz through a plank in the back of the truck that was set up earlier. That's not even all of the brutal shit, because this shit was just fucking ridiculous. I just have to get this through. Yo, literally months build for this final confrontation. Anger, brutality, blood. Do you know what this is getting? There is no other way. It's been a minute since I done had one of these, but this match was an A+ match. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. And at the end of the day, Sue came and picked the boys up in her new van. And she fingered them boys going off camera. This is it. This is what I live for. This is why I fucking love AEW. Like, I was so hyped and energized throughout the entire night. Nothing really brought me down. I enjoyed fucking all of it. All of it was good. And if I was going to go ahead and signify this night, I don't want to say it. This was an A- night. I'm excited for next week. Not to mention, we have building for both the anniversary show, and then we still haven't even gotten the full gear. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, AEW delivered a great night. I will be shocked if they did not hit the million mark again. Thank God for them signing Will Hobbs, because Will Hobbs is going to be a major presence in the company going forward. He is one of those guys that you should definitely help. You have your foundation going, so you got to build up with new talent. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. It's been your boy, WxG the Doria. I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.